Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now April 16th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm, and exactly how the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, is really going to handle everything moving forward. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that as of right now, many changes are being made to the brand in order to really ensure that it will be as successful as the MCU moving forward throughout this entire decade of the 2020s, and that's exactly what both Iger and Chapek want, is that they want the Star Wars universe to really be massive in comparison to the old expanded universe that we got back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars as of this point right now is that the new Star Wars universe is really going to be their main focus. Now, what do I mean by that? The new universe is basically going to be a mixture of books, novels, comics, video games, TV shows, animated TV series, and of course the new Star Wars trilogy, all combined into one big universe that's really going to tell all of these different stories across the entire galaxy throughout multiple different timelines. So I think it's going to be a brighter future for Star Wars, given that Kathleen Kennedy no longer has any form of creative control over this new universe, and this all has to do with, of course, creator George Lucas, and how it's going to have a major effect on a main character in, of course, the new Star Wars universe. Now, with that being said, what's really intriguing, of course, is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on the new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as the new Star Wars universe. Now, it's explained that currently both Disney and Lucasfilm have multiple plans in place in order to reunite the fans around the world to create a brighter future for Star Wars fans. Now, it's explained that many changes are being made over at Lucasfilm in order to create a brighter future for the Star Wars universe in general, where one of the main plans is to provide a major retcon to the Star Wars franchise. It's explained that one of the major changes by Disney is by hiring George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, to develop many retcons of the sequel trilogy era. Now, it's noted that as of right now, George Lucas is in fact developing a story for the new Star Wars universe that will cancel the format of Rey Skywalker at the very end of Episode 9, and that George Lucas is erasing Kathleen Kennedy's concept of Rey Skywalker in the Star Wars universe and will be delivering a brand new take on how the Rey Skywalker story should be handled and why she is going to be called Rey Skywalker in this new universe. It said that George Lucas is making a major retcon for the character and that it is going to have a massive impact on how fans view the Rise of Skywalker movie. George is said to be working closely with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau in order to create a proper story in order to continue the Skywalkers, where all the plans by Kathleen Kennedy for Rey Skywalker in this new universe are now being cancelled and written over mainly by creator George Lucas and others to develop authentic Star Wars stories moving forward. So what's really intriguing about this is that this is very exciting to me because this obviously is going to fine-tune exactly why Rey is going to be called Rey Skywalker in the new universe. Essentially what George is doing is that he is doing away with any of the concepts by Kathleen Kennedy of Rey just calling herself a Skywalker just because, to carry on the legacy. There's going to be more to it than just that, and that plan by Kathleen Kennedy is now being erased and cancelled, and George Lucas is writing over all of this for this new expanded universe. Now, this new expanded universe, by the way, a lot of Star Wars Legends is in fact coming back, so look forward to that. One of the major plans as of right now is, of course, that they're trying to bring back multiple different Skywalkers that are going to be connected to either Rey or Luke, that's going to be modeled after Star Wars Legends. So that's one thing to look forward to. But the thing about this plan by George Lucas of really fine-tuning the concept of Rey Skywalker and doing away with Kathleen Kennedy's take on things and really introducing his own format of how Rey Skywalker should be handled, this to me sounds exciting, and this to me really does tell us that they're trying to do something big in 2021, which by the way is when the new EU is really going to reach its peak. It's when a lot of these stories are going to be introduced for the very first time. We're going to be learning a lot more about this at Star Wars Celebration. Given if Celebration does not get cancelled due to the crisis, we'll have to wait and see. If it does, most likely will be streamed only on the internet. I could see that. But Star Wars Celebration, nonetheless, is going to be the hotspot of where all of these stories are going to be unveiled and explained by Disney and Lucasfilm and their plans for changing Star Wars as we know it, for evolving the Star Wars universe as we know it. So, like I've said before in the past, I think that this is a really good decision. The fact that they actually hired George Lucas to become a part of this new EU, to work closely with creators Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, to really kind of give us a more positive take on Star Wars, right? So, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. From night to moon, we hear them moans again.